Hey, it's Meg. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a little while since I've come on here and done a journal with me, but I fancy just sitting down and doing a little chatty craft with me session. So I've got my paint sample journal and lots of different bits of ephemera and stickers and things, and I might do some fussy cutting, but I just thought that we could hang out whilst I work on this page. So I know, like I said, it's been a little while, but I have been working on some really exciting projects that I hope to be able to share with you soon. But I do have a new no-sew journal tutorial coming up soon, so keep an eye out for that because I'm really excited to share what I've been working on for that. It's the accordion no-sew style, but it is slightly different to the standard one that I've done before. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to sharing that, and you can have a go at making one of those yourself. So I have got all sorts of different things here in front of me, so let me just set this up so that I can work on this whilst it is flat. And I have so many different things surrounding me on my desk, but strategically placed so that you can't quite see the mess that surrounds me. But I'm sure some of you are like me with just piles of papers everywhere, so I know I'm not alone. So what I wanted to do, so I was thinking about this cover that was from a secondhand book that I got recently, and I'm thinking I might try and use this as some collage ephemera because, as you can see, it's not really in great condition. It's like torn and you know, not great, but I mean it's lovely like in terms of like nice and aged. And so I was thinking I would like to cut out maybe this floral here and also use some of the text. And I was trying to think of a way that I could even use this. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I could cut out the spine and have that as something like a, what do you call it? Like a belly band, I think it's called, you know, where you have like the tuck spot. So that's what I'm going to try and do with this. But the only thing that I am not that keen about when it comes to this cover in particular, I'm not sure it's picking up on camera, in fact it might because the sun has just come out, is that it's really shiny, and I prefer to work with things that are matte. I don't know about you, but even like stickers and things like that, I much prefer when they are matte. So I might have to see what I can do just to dull that down a bit. I've got some gel matte medium somewhere if I can find where it is, and I think that's what I would need for this, just in order to sort of dull down the shine. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's just not my personal preference when it comes to how things look in my journals. I really like things to be nice and flat, and I think that's what helps to like blend everything in as well. So let's see, I'll leave that for now. I was wondering as well about this because we've got this like weird little like fold out section, but wouldn't that be perfect for like a pocket? Because I feel like these covers kind of go a little bit like unloved when we have the like the book itself that we use, and then we use like the covers if we take the pages out and make a journal. But like I haven't seen a lot of people actually using the dust jackets. I mean, if you've seen creative things people have done with these, then please leave a recommendation down below. But I'm just thinking right now, like if I sewed down the edge, that would be a cool pocket to have in a journal, maybe as a page even, but it's too wide for this journal. So I'm going to, oh, unless I folded it, I don't know. See, now I'm thinking. This is what happens when I just do the craft of these, is that I just like start doing random things. No, it's too wide. But for another journal, that would be really cool as a page to just have the pocket element of that. So I've cut out this, and I just think that this is perfect for the size of this journal that we've got. I mean, I could just sort of stick it in as a ephemera piece, to be honest, like perhaps like that, or yeah, that way, or maybe what have we got on this side? I just really like the text, and sometimes I think like the pages don't necessarily have to have like grand meanings. Like I just want to keep the text that I've got there. So I'm unsure. I quite like it there, because then I could have a flower here. Maybe I could have this flower here, if you see what I mean. Let's try that. So I will stick this down before I change my mind, and then let's cut out the floral element there. And I think I am just gonna do as I normally do and fill this journal eventually with just all the botanical illustrations that I can get my hands on, just because that's what I love to do within all of my journals. So I don't know, I haven't really classed this journal as a junk journal, but I suppose it is, because I've used like the recycled papers, and the actual base of this was just a like paint sample chart that I got from like a DIY store. So I suppose that I should be calling this an actual junk journal, but I feel like because I have so many different journals on the go, I've got my altered book, I've got all sorts of different things that I kind of forget sometimes that I've got all these different things that I'm working in. So that'll be why sometimes you notice you see me working in like different things, and then you might not see me pick it up for a few months even, because I've just, you know, been drawn to something else. And so I just sort of go with whatever I feel like working on at that time. So there's no specific like, you know, starting a project and then it like has to be finished before I can move on to something else. I definitely just give myself permission to move around between the things that I'm working on. So this is going to be quite fiddly to cut out, but this is going to be one of them things where it's going to be really satisfying once I've gone round all of these petals with my scissors. And normally this is something that I would definitely like cut out or speed up on a video, but you can see here how long it takes me in real time, I suppose, to do something like this. And I'm not being like too precise. There are definitely places where some petals get cut off, and if I'm not paying like 100% attention, I will just sometimes like cut like a random leaf off, or if I feel like it's particularly annoying to like go around, if it's really intricate and it's not like, you know, essential to the main image, then I take some creative liberties, I guess, and I'll just cut it off, because at the end of the day, like, I'm the only person that's going to notice really, and I'm not that bothered. So, you know, it's just a floral image at the end of the day, but I try to be as precise as I can with like as much as I care to be, I suppose. Okay, so there is my little cutout, and I think I might add this on this page here and just overlap it slightly with the piece that I already glued down. So maybe like round about there. Unsure. I kind of want it to sit here, but it's covering the bit that I glued down. Maybe I need to, no, I think it's fully glued down. I don't think I can pull it back up. Sometimes I do just pull things back up if I've glued them down. Oh, maybe, there we go. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's nice. A bit in front and a bit behind, if you can see. Okay, I really like that, the way that it's kind of like peeking through there. So let's just glue this down. Just use the back of that so my glue doesn't get all over my piece that I'm working on. See if this will tuck behind like it just did. See, it's funny because I opened the journal up on this page to start working on, and then I immediately went back to this page, but that's just the way it goes with the like materials I pick up, and I just think, oh, where can I add different things? Like I've just picked up some tracing paper and I'm like, let's see maybe if some of this might look nice on the page. There's no real like rhyme or reason to anything. It's just, what do I think might work on the page? And I guess it's all about just testing and experimenting with different things. So let's see. I kind of want to just like soften up here because it's quite a harsh dividing line otherwise. So let's just add this, and hopefully this just pushes back some of the text as well that I've got on the page. So I wanted to use some of these pages from this book, and I was half tempted to like not even fussy cut some of these, but just literally like take them out as whole pages and then tip some of them in. Even though this journal already has quite a lot of pages going on, I'm just really enjoying the way that you've got all the different layers of things, and so why not add some more, I guess, is what I'm thinking. Fun thing about this is trying to see like where I want the different layers to build up. So maybe here. Let's see if I fold, because it can't really go any further than this. So if I fold this here, and then let's just see. So you can't really see anything because it's okay, so it's definitely a piece that I'm going to need to stick in this side. Maybe I'll just cover it like this and just have this piece attached on here. Or I could have it on this side. I think it's just too wide actually. I'm not sure. I really would like to have a part of this on the page though. Maybe I'll just like have it as a full segment, because this journal doesn't really have a purpose other than just being like full of collage. So I don't need to worry too much about space to write, because I don't write in stuff like this. So I can just sort of glue in things randomly. Like maybe I'll just glue that there just because. And then I can always work on top of this. But I just... doesn't work on this side because I kind of don't want to cover up what I've got going on there. Maybe there, or on this side actually. Up here. What's going on with this page? That's just a tuck spot. I might just put it here. Okay, let's just make a decision. Otherwise I'll be here all day trying to figure out where to glue it. And sometimes that's the thing, you just need to like stick it down on the page and just make the decision and not be worried about making like a quote-unquote wrong decision, because there isn't one with stuff like this. Like, it's just papers, so you can't go wrong. I also have this sticker actually, like a little clear sticker. No idea where it's from, but I thought that this little thing would be perfect for a page like this. And I am really enjoying with this style of journal just going like back and forth between all of the different pages and slowly building up all the layers, you know. So rather than like working on this page and then this page and then this page, working on different bits at a time and seeing how it all builds organically. And so yeah, I really like this style of working and the way that I'm just able to dip in and out between things. And I think it's also ending up a lot more like scrappier as well. So I even have stuff like this, like literally just I had some paint that I put out onto some paper that I was using. You know, essentially this is the junk of a junk journal. Like, why do I need to keep this? But I just love the texture of it, and I just thought that this might be a cool piece to have as, like, I could just have it as a background piece, and I can start working on top of it. So it won't like look like this in its finished like state, but I just love adding little things like this to my journal, like the way that you've got the little bits of paint here as well. So let me add this with my stapler, and I really do love just the like free way that you can just staple things in, because I feel like it definitely gets rid of a lot of like the perfectionism when you just like staple things in, because it doesn't look, it looks a bit more like rugged, I guess, and just, you know, stapling things in here and there and not like having to glue things precisely. So yeah, I really like the way that these layers are building up. Maybe let's add another one of these little stickers here. Again, I have no idea where these are from, but I've been like sort of tidying through all of my stash and all my different bits of ephemera and things I've got, and trying to just like use things. So that's what I'm doing with these like random stickers. It's like, let's just put them in the journals and just use our stuff. So yeah, I think that goes nicely there. I'm gonna have to cut this bit off because it's really annoying me, but I might just trim it in a way that kind of makes it look like that's how the petal was supposed to be. So there we go, like that. And then you'd never know. I mean, you guys know, but you'd never know. So let's do a bit of mark making on this page. I think that's what it needs. I love this Neo colour. It's a shade Salmon, and I just really love the little like pop of colour that it gives, because I work in such neutral tones. To have that pop of colour I think is really nice in certain areas, and I don't know, just making little blobs, I guess. Nothing precise, never anything precise around here. So let's see, maybe just some, I'm kind of wanting to like help blend this piece in and just have something that carries across between the two elements to join them together. And I think I am leaning towards like intentionally leaving this area plain, because I think this is where text might work quite well. I don't know if that's going to be maybe writing a quote along here in white pen perhaps. I think that could work quite well, but I'm not sure yet. So that's definitely something that I'll come back to and decide on closer to the time. I've been really obsessed with this like script washi tape lately. It's from the brand Note and Wish, and it's definitely one that I keep reaching for in my journals. So if you spot it a lot, that's why, but you know, I'm going to use my stuff is what my motto is lately. So let's just add that here and also there. I've been trying to do like washi tape that doesn't look perfect, you know, where you kind of, rather than just putting it down like this, just like straight, I've been trying to kind of wrinkle it a little bit and like fold it in on itself. And I like the effect that that gives, because I feel like it blends into the page a lot more and looks a lot more organic and like it's meant to be on the page, if that makes sense. I'm just thinking a little bit of pink because of the pink in the flower, so I just want to try and carry that across to this page in some small way, just so that things feel like they are a little bit more joined up and cohesive. So like so. And then what else can we add to this page? I don't think it needs any more collage on it. I'm not sure. I'm debating whether it needs a little bit of paint, but I'm kind of nervous to add some in case it's the wrong decision, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Do you know what? Let's add some titanium buff. I'm gonna gently add a tiny bit of titanium buff, and I am using a really small paintbrush just because I really don't want to add like a huge amount of this paint, but I just think that it might help to bring everything together a little bit. So I'm just gonna like add some small details like this and maybe work my way up to some larger pieces, because we can always add more but we can't take it away. So, well, we can cover it up, but do you know what I mean? Like it's better to just sort of go in slowly, I think, and start adding some of this in certain places. But I don't want to overwhelm this page because I'm definitely not going for the painty effect with this journal. I definitely want this to be more collagey. So blend it out where I can. See, I'm not hugely convinced by this section, but let's add a little bit more to make it look like we meant to put it there. I might have to cover this section up. I definitely think that's enough of the paint for this page. So in terms of adding some text, so I was thinking I have some like of these letters. Now I have them in black and I also have them in white. And I think the white could look good, but I'm not sure what specific word to put on there because you can only really put one. So I don't know. It's at that point where I'm like, I don't want to commit to something and then ruin, quote unquote, what I've got. Like, I feel like that's a good place just to stop for now in terms of I've added some details, I've added some paint, and, you know, added this motif as well. And we've also started working on extending the page here by adding in this scrap piece of paper. So I think that's where I'm gonna leave it for today's little craft with me, and I will see you in the next one.